All right. Once you find your spot that you're going to use to center your body and your mind for the start of class today, start to let your eyes gently close and start to just notice the feeling of your body grounding into the mat. Noticing where your body makes connections at both the hips and the ankles. Maybe noticing your shoulders and your spine stacking on top of each other. Maybe feeling the weight of your hands on your knees. Just starting to bring your mind to this moment. But keeping your hands on your knees, we'll start to deepen the breath. So inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs. And then exhale out the mouth, sighing it out. Good, inhale through the nose again. This time exhale out the nose. Good, see if you can hold that breath for 4 seconds coming in. Inhale. And then exhale, same amount of time, 4 seconds. Then we'll connect that breath to movement, doing some seated cat-cows. Inhale, bring your belly button towards the front, arching your back. Bring your shoulder blades together. Inhale all the way, filling up the lungs. And then exhale, you'll round your back, coming onto the back of your hips. Maybe bringing your shoulders forward. Good, inhale, brings your belly button and chest towards the front. Maybe you look up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, round the back. Good, inhale. And then exhale. Some come back to center. We'll extend both legs out long first. We're going to shake them out here, maybe tapping your calves onto the ground. And then situate your hips so that they're a little bit further back. So you're kind of sitting more on the front of your hips. Tilting your pelvis towards the front of the mat. Good. Once you get here, bring your right ankle so it's over your left leg. So you're kind of coming into this figure 4 position. And when you get there, just grab hold of your foot. And like I said, we're going to kind of focus on the feet a little bit today. I had a request to do that. So start to rotate your ankle, moving it in both directions. Maybe noticing any noise or cracking that might happen, which is pretty normal. Nothing to be concerned about. Good. Next, take hold of your foot. We don't really do this often, but let's try to massage out this sole of the foot. So going from your heel all the way to the ball of the foot, using your thumb pads to really get deep into those tiny muscles in your foot. And maybe massaging out each knuckle and fanning out the toes. Just kind of loosening that up. Good. We'll switch feet. Actually, no, we'll keep our feet. Bring the sole of your foot down so it's outside of your left knee. And then bring your right hand behind your hips. Reach your left fingertips up towards the ceiling to lengthen the spine first. And then exhale, you'll hook your left elbow outside the right knee. And then start to twist coming from the thoracic spine, so the mid-back. See if you can hold it here for just a few breaths. Maybe each exhale brings you further into the twist. Good, come back to center. Quick counter twist to the other side. And then come back. All right, we'll switch out the feet. So bring that ankle over the knee and then just start to make circles with your ankle. Good, both directions. See if you can flex and point to the toe. The ankle, I should say. Good, and then start to work out those muscles. You get deep in there. You know, maybe you're not lucky like some people who get foot rubs every night, but that's the beauty of using our own hands to work out areas in our body that need a little bit more attention. Good. Then place that sole of the foot on the ground. Bring your left hand back behind your hips. Reach up first, and then exhale as you twist over to the left. Take a few clearing breaths here. Maybe feeling your ribs expand as you inhale. And then exhale. Good, one more breath here. And then counter twist over to the other side. Good, this time bring both legs or both knees into your chest, coming onto your back. Good, take some time here to maybe move back and forth, massaging out that low back. Maybe making some circles with the knees, going both directions. Good, keep your right knee in towards your chest. Send your left toes long. Give your right knee just a tight squeeze and then switch the legs. Left knee comes in. Good, tight squeeze and then switch. So you're waking up the core a little bit. Use your core to send your legs out long. Going nice and controlled, trying to keep that low back on the mat. Go back and forth a few more times. See if you can keep your heel off of the ground. You're holding that extended leg out long. Good, one more on each side. Good, come back to center. Grab hold behind your thighs and start to rock and roll up the length of your mat. Good, once you're ready, cross your ankles, come up to a tabletop position. When you get here, we're gonna come right into child's pose. So extend your knees out to the sides of the mat. Keep your toes together and send your hips to your heels. Your arms are gonna come stretch out in front of you, nice and long. Then rest your forehead on the mat, letting your belly drop between your thighs. Good, take some time here now to maybe set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's a mantra, saying that speaks to you today. Could even be a word or even a person, something to bring your mind back to when it starts to wander during class. Keeping your lower body where it is, you're going to start to walk your hands over to the left top corner of your mat. We're going to take a right side body stretch here. Walk your hands all the way over until you start to feel the stretch all the way from your triceps down into your hips. Good, keep breathing here. Keep deepening that breath. Good, start to walk your hands over to the other side now. Imagine that each breath you take in expands that rib cage, maybe makes that side body stretch a little bit deeper. And then each exhale brings you back to center, grounding you back to your core. Good, come back to center, start to lift your hips up so you come to a tabletop position. Tuck your back toes underneath you, and then lift your knees off the mat just an inch, holding it here. Good, see if you can hold it here. And then we're gonna add in some arm reaches. So reach your right arm forward, keep your knees where you are. We're gonna wake up that core a little bit more than we normally do. Left fingertips reach forward. Good, take that 4 more times on each side. Right fingertips reach forward and left. Inhale reaches out. Exhale comes back to center. One more. Good, place your hands on the mat, send your hips up high, take your first downward facing dog. You have some time here to pedal it out, bend into the knees. Maybe snake through the shoulders, wake up that shoulder joint. Maybe you come into an up dog, getting that low back involved. Good, let's start to find our foundation. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. Your arms are about shoulders with distance. Feel the ground underneath each knuckle. Good, press through those hands. Your head can fall between your biceps. Tilt the tailbone up and then reach your heels towards the mat. Good, inhale, the right toes go high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Drop the back knee, hook your thumbs and rise. Going into our sun salutations. Exhale the hands to the mat. Inhale, step forward. Good, take an exhale here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Come all the way up to standing, top of your mat. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Good, circle the arms overhead. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Stretch the crown of your head forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step both feet back. Coming into your high plank pose. Option to lower the knees down here, untuck your toes, and then exhale as you slowly lower down. Good, inhale, chest comes forward, cobra pose. Exhale, tuck the back toes, send your hips back high. Good, we'll take that on the other side. Left toes go long. Exhale, step it through. Drop that back knee. Hook your thumbs and rise. Exhale, plant the hands and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Good, fill up the lungs as you reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. We'll move through our flow. Always an option to make it your own. Your exhale lowers you down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, hips high for downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Hold it here. Good. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Drop the back knee. Hook your thumbs and rise. This time, exhale, hands through to heart center. We're going to twist over to the right. Your left elbow will come outside the right knee. And then press through the palms to really deepen that twist. Good. Maybe your gaze follows behind your right shoulder. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, coming all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your low back. And then send your hips forward. So you're going to press your hips forward. You can bring your elbows back to try and reach them towards each other. Keep your chin up high. Chest reaches towards the ceiling. Good. Come back to center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back to move through your flow. Always an option to skip the chaturanga flow and just meet us in downward facing dog. Your inhale brings your chest up, and then exhale, hips high. Good. Inhale, left toes long this time. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Hold it here. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Drop that back knee. Hook your thumbs and rise. Exhale, prayer through to heart center. We're going to twist over to the left this time. Right elbow hooks outside the left knee. Good. Twist from that mid-spine. Press your palms together. Open up those collarbones. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, forward fold, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, this time, arms come out to a cactus. And then keep your shoulder blades together. And then start to look up towards the ceiling as you press your hips forward, baby back bend here. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, melt to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back. Move through your vinyasa flow. Exhale brings you halfway down. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, down dog. Good. Start to walk your hands back to meet your feet. You're at the back of your mat here. Separate your feet about hips width distance. And then grab hold of your two big toes with your two-piece fingers. Bend your knees really deeply. Look forward. Good. And then as you start to bring your head back down, your knees will be the last thing to straighten. So lift your hips up high. Maybe your knees stay slightly bent. Good. Reach the head down towards the ground. See if you can feel that. Feel gravity working on the weight of your head as it decompresses the spine. Good. You can let that go when you're ready. Bring your feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Then exhale, fold forward. Start to walk your hands back to your high plank pose. Your hands come to the front of the mat. Good, send your hips high for downward facing dog. Inhale, the right toes will go long, three-legged dog. Reach that heel to the back of the room. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Hold it here. Send those right toes out to the left side. So you're coming into your fallen star. You're gonna rotate onto that back heel and then lift your left hand up. Good. I hope that worked. I kind of switched my sides. Exhale, the right hand comes down, your left hand comes down. Come back to your downward facing dog. Good, we'll take that on the other side. Left toes go long. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, knee to nose, and then shoot your left foot through the mat. Good. Reach your right hand up. Fallen star on the other side. Imagine lifting your hips up high. Good. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Step your left toes back to high plank pose. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Inhale, the right toes high this time. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, the right toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. And then inhale as you raise your arms over your head, coming into your crescent lunge. We'll firm this up here. So you sink your hips low, but your back knee stays lifted. Nice and straight back leg. Reach your arms overhead. Good. Check into your shoulders. See if you can let your shoulders come away from your ears. Relax them down. Good. Swivel that back heel down. We're coming into warrior two. So deep bend in the front knee. Open up the arms to reach towards both sides of the room. Good. Sink your hips low. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand comes to your low back, right arm reaches up. Exhale, windmill the arms down, frame that front foot. Come back to your low lunge, so your heel is up off the ground. Reach your right fingertips high. Low lunge twist. Good. This time, come down onto your left palm, and then drop that left knee. So you're coming into kind of a low runner's lunge here. And then if you want to stay here, you can. Otherwise, you can reach that right hand back to grab hold of that left foot, coming into a really deep quad stretch here. Good. You can always modify by bringing that back knee in just a little bit. Whatever feels like you're getting a good stretch of the quad. Good. Drop that left toe on the mat. Right hand comes back to frame your front foot. Lift those left toes off. Then we're coming into standing split. So start to rock into the front foot. Lift those left toes off the mat. Standing splits. Standing leg is strong, but your lifted leg is just as strong. Push that heel to the back of the room. And then keep your muscles engaged. Reach the crown of your head down towards the ground. Good. Exhale, curtsy squat. Inhale, we'll slowly rise up, coming into one-legged Tadasana. Play around with maybe the wobbles and the shakes. Bring your knee up toward your chest. Good. Exhale, your left toes go back behind you. We're coming into airplane pose. Awesome job, you guys. Really working that right hip. Good. Exhale, reach those left toes back. Come back into your crescent lunge. And then exhale, frame the front foot. Step your right toes back, three-legged dog. Open the hip. And then maybe circle out the ankle, circle out the knee. Good, maybe you want to play around with flipping your dog, sending your right toes back behind you and reaching that right hand to the front of the mat. Good, place your hand back on the mat if you flip your dog. And then exhale, high plank pose, lower halfway, move through your flow. Good, meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale your left toes high this time, taking that on the other side. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Good, inhale, left toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Inhale, arms overhead for crescent lunge. Good, deep bend in that front knee, send your hips down. Strong back leg. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, open up to warrior two. So that back heel down, reach both arms up. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the arms down to frame the front foot. Right hand stays planted. This time your left hand reaches up. Low lunge twist. Good, drop that right knee down, taking our quad stretch again. Maybe you have to tent up on those fingertips. Good, hold this here for a few breaths. Good, drop that foot down. Frame your front foot. Lift that right toe off the mat. And then start to rock forward. You're going to come into your standing splits again. Lift those right toes off the mat. Good, your standing leg can always stay bent. Honestly, better for it to stay bent because then you're working more of your muscles to stabilize this leg instead of just locking it out. Good, strong back leg, heel to the back of the room. Good, hold it here for one more breath. And then exhale, curtsy squat, bring knee to ankle. Good, slowly inhale will bring you up into your one-legged Tadasana. Good, maybe you give this knee a tight squeeze into the chest. Good. And then start to send your right toes behind you. Your hands can come to your chest. Airplane pose. Good. Exhale the right toes down to the mat. Come back into your crescent lunge. And then exhale, forward fold. Frame that front foot. Inhale the left toes high for three-legged dog. Open up the hip. Bend that knee. Stack the hips. Good. Circle out the ankle or the knee. Keep both hands planted into the mat here. If you want to play around with flipping your dog on this side, go ahead and do that. Then come back to center when you're ready. Exhale, both feet to the mat. Come to your high plank pose. We're going to lower all the way down, slowly coming down to your belly. Good. All right, start to walk your hands out in front of you so that your elbows come underneath your shoulders. Coming into this prone on elbows position. I like to call it Sphinx pose. I think it looks like a Sphinx. And then just let yourself be in this pose. It can feel really good on the low back. Maybe you notice your breath here in this position. Sensing your belly press into the ground as you inhale. And then we're sending it back on your exhale. Belly button comes in towards the spine. One more breath here. Good. Bring your hands back underneath you. We're going to take full bow pose today, but I'll first run you through just kind of a half bow. So your hands can come just right underneath you as they are, or they can come straight out in front of you. And so this first one's going to be a little bit more active in the back. So as you inhale, you're going to raise your arms and raise your knees off of the mat, using your back muscles, squeezing your glutes. Hold it here. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, come down to the mat. You can do that one more time, or if you want to, you can reach around to the back, grabbing onto the outside of the ankles. And then when you're ready, we'll kick into the hands, coming up to our full bow pose. Keep your knees together. Keep your chin up. I should say chin neutral. So imagine that the crown of your head is in line with your spine. Good. Exhale, come back down. Good job. Place your hands underneath you, and then push yourself back to your child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Connect back to your intention, your thoughts. Maybe you've noticed that something is constantly in your thoughts these days. Maybe you need to give that thought a little bit more attention, really understand it. Good. Take one big deep inhale here. Then open your mouth, sigh out your exhale. Good. Inhale, come back up to your tabletop position. We're just going to come into a seated posture. So however you want to get there, however it makes sense to get there, feel free to do that now. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of options to kind of open up the hips here. So you can bring the soles of your feet together, and we'll just take a forward fold. Keep your spine long. Or if you want to, this is a little bit deeper for the hips, we're going to do fire log pose. So bring one leg so that your shin is parallel to the top of your mat, and then bring your other one so that you can stack it on top. Again, this might not be super comfortable, or your knees definitely not going to touch the foot, but if you have some sort of pillow, I don't have one easily here, so I'm using this random prop. But you can place that pillow underneath this knee to help support it. Whatever feels good to you, you have a couple of options here. Then if you take fire log, you can start to walk your hands out in front of you. This is going to be a deep stretch in the hips. So take this to your degree. We'll hold this forward fold just for a moment. If you're taking bound angle pose where your feet are together, feel free to just let your head hang heavy. Good. Start to walk your hands back up. If you're in fire log, we'll take them on the other side If you're ready to come out of bound angle pose, you can roll onto your back and take just a happy baby pose, or maybe you want to bring your knees together and let your feet splay out wide. Find a nice posture that suits your needs and your body today. Good. Start to walk yourself back up. We'll all meet on our backs, bringing your knees into your chest. Good. And then send your left foot down to the mat. Right ankle is going to cross over your left knee. You can stay here. You can press your knee away, keeping both hips on the mat, or you can reach around to the back of your thigh. And before we pull ourselves in, I invite you to try to stretch into those hamstrings by sending your heel to the ceiling. Straightening that knee out. Good, and then start to bring both legs in towards your body. Supine pigeon pose today. Good, if you want to energize this pose, bring your toes back towards your knee. Flex your toes up. Good, start to slowly let that go. We'll switch out the legs. Before we do that, let's just take a couple of what I call windshield wipers, bringing the knees from one side to the other, and just letting your legs fall. Good, and then we'll take that on the other side. So left ankle crosses over right knee. Press that leg away. And then grab behind that right leg. Bend and straighten that right leg. Getting into the hamstrings, maybe hold it up there. Good, and then supine pigeon, pull your knees to your chest. Good, come back to center, undo your legs, and then reach down, take a happy baby to end out your class, or any other poses that might help you feel rounded and complete. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll take our final resting posture. Let your legs come straight out in front of you. Your hands can come to your sides. I'll take you through a quick point-by-point meditation. We'll be moving across different joints of the body. When I say a joint, see if you can let everything in that joint go. Completely relaxing into the mat. If anything, just bring your presence there. Your mind and your thoughts. Maybe your breath. Starting at the shoulders, Relaxing them into the mat. The elbows, the wrists, your big finger, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, all relaxed. The front of the hips, the back of the hips, all the way down your thighs, the knees, relaxing into the mat, the ankles, the sole of the foot, from the heel to the toes. The big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe, all relaxed. The crown of your head, the back of your head, the base of your neck, your jaw completely relaxed. Muscles of your face that help you express yourself. Let them all relax. Your entire spine, from the base of the skull all the way down to your sacrum, all completely relaxed. You have some time here to stay and sink in all of the benefits that you just gave to your body and your mind over the past 45 minutes. If you're ready to move on, we'll start to wake up the body. Wiggle the toes and the fingers. And send your arms overhead for a long body stretch. Stretching all the way from the toes to the fingertips. Good, and then start to bring your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself one last hug, showing yourself a little bit of love and appreciation. Find your way up to a comfortable seat, however you want to get there. And bring your hands to your knees, or they can come to touch in front of your heart. And one deep breath here, filling up the lungs. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Hope you had fun flowing and filling your day with a little bit of lovely, beautiful movement. I hope to see you guys again soon. Namaste.